All right, the most decorated player to ever come out of St. Louis, and there's been some good ones who have come out of St. Louis, as you guys know. The best player, most decorated player, Steve Cash. Diagnosed with bone cancer at just 3 years of age, which led him to having his leg amputated, but that didn't stop him. In 2004, Cash began playing sled hockey and never looked back. He would eventually become the starting goaltender for Team USA, where he enjoyed unparalleled success from 2005 to 2021. Cash would develop into arguably the greatest sled hockey goaltender the sport has ever seen. His international resume includes 4 Paralympic Games. He captured gold medals in 2010 in Vancouver, 2014 in Sochi, and in 2018 in Pyeongchang, while also capturing the bronze in 2006 in Torino. He'd appear in 8 world championships, winning 7 gold medals. Also won a couple of silvers and 1 bronze. He was named the 2009 Paralympic Sportsman of the Year by the U.S. Olympic Committee, named the 2010 USA Hockey Disabled Athlete of the Year, and in 2010 he won the ESPY for Best Male Athlete with a Disability. All these awards are out there in the hallway, by the way, if you want to go check those out. I've had the privilege of interviewing some of the biggest names in the history of the game, best players that have ever played the game. I've never really asked an athlete for anything. Sign sticks, all that type of stuff, unless it's for charity. I texted Steve Cash and I said, I want an autograph stick. And he gave me an autograph stick from the gold medal game in Pyeongchang back in 2018, which I have in my office and I see it every single day. Awesome accomplishment for this guy. This guy's a hell of a hockey player as well. Maybe the best goalie to ever come out of St. Louis, certainly the most decorated hockey player to ever come out of our town. Please give a warm welcome for Steve Cash.
Thank you, Andy. It's always a pleasure being able to do events like these with you. Just want to say extremely grateful for you and the Blues and the exposure that you've given to the sport of sled hockey. And in addition to that, just how the hockey community in St. Louis has embraced the sport overall. I would say that my success and the success of our team here locally would not be possible without folks that work behind the scenes, people that support us along the way, and the ones, whether it be ice, inline, sled hockey, the ones that are just truly they believe in what we do. So definitely want to say thank you to all of you. So I did have bone cancer when I was about 3 years old, and so for about 30 years I've walked with a prosthetic. But the hardest thing that I've ever had to do was be a goalie in the sport of sled hockey, a sport for people with disabilities. So when I first started playing hockey, it didn't involve being in a sled. It didn't even involve other people with disabilities. I started out playing inline hockey, and so in our household we had 4 boys. I had 3 older brothers, so needless to say, there was rarely ever a dull moment in the Cash household. With that, I have my oldest brother who didn't actually play hockey, but he's the one that got us started. He would shoot hockey pucks at the 3 younger ones, thinking that it was play around time for him. But when I first started, I actually got on the tiles and inline, nervous as all get out. I honestly did not think that I wanted to do that. And then my brother James, he had taught me, if you can take your stick by the butt end, you can throw it in the air, and you can drop it, then you can play goalie. And something as simple as that, when I was 10 years old, is what gave me the courage to be strong enough to play hockey. So my brother Mike, he played hockey with me pretty much throughout my career up until college, and that was when I around the time when I joined the sled hockey team, the torch had been passed to me to actually start more games than I had been. So I wasn't really sure what to expect, but when I first started, I stared across the ice at Scott Brandon, who was already on the national team, and he had taught me a lot, and I know without him I wouldn't be the goalie I am today. And then for the people who got me into the sport, Mike Dowling back in 2004, who is just as kind-hearted today as he was 19 years ago. He had approached me, or I had approached him, and when I was younger, I had dreamed of being on an Olympic team, and so, I would watch the likes of Jackie Joyner-Kersee, Carrie Strug, and those were the people that I really thought that, that was going to be my ticket. Well, my path was a little bit different, and Mike saw something in me that day, and, he put a lot of faith in me, and getting me in a sled, the rest is history. And then we also have Kelly Bellman, who is director of Disabled Athletes Sports Association. She still calls me one of her kiddos, which is great, but she's pumped out a few Paralympic athletes, and it just goes to show the hard work that she puts in and day out to get the program going. And then we have Josh, Kat, and Jason, who are here. They all have been such a big influence in my life. Josh is three or 4 months off of a world championship, and he's the most decorated sled hockey player in history with 4 gold medals. So I say that deserves a round of applause. And with Rick Pratt as the rink manager in Wentzville, he let Josh and I play as long as we wanted on the ice. So without him, we wouldn't be the players we are. And then lastly, I'd like to thank my parents who, they always believed in me. My dad with the heart of a lion, my mom with the eye of a tiger. They supported me along the way. They never treated me as somebody with a disability. In fact, I don't even know if they ever noticed that I had a disability. My brothers did, because they would hide my prosthetic leg from me from time to time. But people ask me what I'm doing now that I'm retired. I actually skate out, and I get the question, well, why do you skate out? And I'll tell you, frankly, it's because they would stick me right back in the net if I wasn't skating out. But I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to the Rupp family for just accommodating me and the hospitality. I want to say thank you to Steve for the wonderful prayer prior to this. It was great, and with that, I know that throughout my whole career, I've been blessed, and I don't know where I would be if I didn't have the Lord looking over me. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you, Steve.